Jesus knew. He knew who would betray him. He knew who would abandon him. He knew who would pretend they never knew him. He knew who would cry out to free a criminal and condemn an innocent man. And still he came. He did not come because the world deserved him. He came because his love was greater than the evil of man. And maybe the hardest thing to understand is this: Jesus knew the worst of humanity and still chose to stay. Jesus was not born in a palace. He had no golden cradle. He received no honor from men. Jesus did not come to be admired. He came to heal the world he created himself. Jesus grew up seeing people in pain. He saw people smiling on the outside while dying on the inside. He saw religious men speaking of God without knowing God. He touched people no one wanted to touch. He spoke to people no one wanted to hear. He forgave people who could not forgive themselves. And that offended many, because light always disturbs those who grow comfortable in darkness. He knew everything. He knew the pain. He knew the cross. He knew the nails in his hands. He knew the rejection. And even knowing, he never turned back. Many followed Jesus for miracles. Few followed him for love. As long as there was bread, the crowd stayed close. As long as there was healing, everyone wanted to touch him. But when suffering began, the same footsteps that followed him started walking away. Because it's easy to love someone when everything feels good. It is harder to remain when the cost becomes real. Judas did not wound Jesus with a sword. He wounded him with a kiss, because some of the deepest pain does not come from enemies. It comes from those nearby, from those who knew his heart. And even though Jesus still called Judas by name, because even in betrayal, Jesus remained love. He knew who would run. He knew who would deny him. He knew that. Know who would choose Barabbas. And even knowing, he kept going. struck his face, they spat on him. They tore his skin, they drew his blood. But they could not remove the love, because his body could bleed, but his mission could not die. The cross was not an accident, the cross was a decision. Jesus did not lose his life, Jesus gave it. It was not the soldiers, it was not the nails, it was not Pilate, it was not the crowd, it was love. It was love that stayed when anyone else would have left. It was love. When they laid his body in the tomb, it looked like the end. But death did not understand who was inside that grave on the third day. The stone could not hold him. Death could not hold him. Sin could not hold him. Jesus rose. And the hardest thing to understand is that he knew it all. He knew me, he knew you. And even then, he chose the cross.